It just seems like any analysis of what's happening at Nike is totally supply-based, Brian. It's almost like there's this demand that's just a given for Nike and all of its products, and any lumpiness that we're seeing, even though the numbers were pretty good, they're navigating it well, but the lumpiness is all about Vietnam and pandemic and Omicron and what it means for supply chain and manufacturing and then distribution.
Oh, hey, Joe, I think that sums it up perfectly. I mean, this is, the results last night, I would say, were generally better than expected. Nike did a very good job of managing expectations into this print. But what you said is exactly right. And this is a supply issue. And what we're seeing from Nike, which I think is a huge positive as we think about this company, the next several quarters and frankly even longer, is that there's just this unrelenting underlying demand for this company's products, both in the United States as well as markets across the globe.
So let's just talk China for a second. Obviously, that you've got supply and demand issues. What's the state of the business over there? How much does it matter?
Well, it's an interesting question. So I would say it's always difficult to determine exactly what's happening in China. But if I look at the report last night and other analysis I've done on Nike in China, again, I think it's very much a supply issue. And Nike brought up a good point. So when these Vietnam manufacturing issues first took hold, China was hurt more because there wasn't as much, sort of say, product in the pipeline to China. Now we should, as we progress here, through the balance of this calendar year and into next year, the China sales should rebound as more product is flowing to that market. But again, everything we can tell, the underlying demand within China for Nike products is very, very strong. It's just simply been a supply issue.
How can Nike confidently talk about fiscal 2023? And I know that it's not calendar 2023, but don't you need to know what Omicron looks like and whether it's a relatively quick wave and doesn't cause the type of lockdowns we saw the first time around in countries that manufacture all in Vietnam, for example? How can they say confidently what that's going to look like? 6 months down the road, 9 months down the road.
Well, look, I think you're exactly right. I mean, so to the extent whether it's Omicron or some other variant, if once again manufacturing overseas gets disrupted, inevitably that will impact Nike. But I think that the point the company's making is that, like we're saying, the demand for these products is very strong. What they're seeing right now is manufacturing capacity in the key markets like Vietnam is improving. So that gives them greater confidence. But like we're seeing with all these companies, Nike and amongst everyone else. I mean, it's a very, very fluid environment. Things could change quickly, and we look, and that's what we've seen a lot over the last, say, several quarters now.